I just went up the lawn to spend some time up here, and I come across this. And it's just this is how far they will go if we don't sort this out now. So, as you can see, the Iranians are here, and they're protesting because 120,000 people executed for political grounds. Political grounds. Does that sound familiar? Now, you look at all these people here. All these people, 17, 16, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 15. Political grounds? What political grounds would these young adults, under 18-year-olds, had? It was so vital that they had to be executed. That's right, you heard me, executed. Over here. More. Whole families executed. Whole families executed. A doctor, his wife, daughter, executed on political grounds. This is how far this can go if you don't stand up for the people now. All these lives have been lost. Whole families, newlyweds, uncles and nieces, mothers, dads, fathers, doctors and nurses taken from this planet because they had a view, that political view, supposedly a political view. Nobody has the right to take anybody's life regardless of their political view. For these young people, young doctors, young nurses, the price of resistance to freedom. Right now, the price of resistance for freedom is very minimal compared to what these people were willing to put on the line. These people knew what would happen if they pushed back. These people knew in where they come from, it could mean death, and they still fought for their views and their political rights and their freedoms. How much will you give up before you push back? Will you let it get to the stage like this where fighting back for your freedom will cost you your life? These people did. These people did. International soccer players, captain of Iran's national soccer team. Lives ended. Down here, look. Electrical engineer, director of the power generator factory, also captain of the handball team, captain of the basketball team, winner of 5 gold medals, executed for supporting the PMIO. How far are we going to let it go, guys? How far before you stand up? Spread this wide. Spread this. These people stand up knowing what it's going to cost. See those feet there? Guess what they're connected to? They're connected to a human life who fought for their freedom. Fought for their freedom. 80 juvenile offenders face the death penalty. Girls aged above 9 may be accountable as adults and therefore are punished with the death penalty. And yet boys above the age of 15 have the same thing. It doesn't sound like equal rights. Look at this guy. He has a noose around his neck. He's handcuffed. He's about to be executed. He is still not giving up his freedom. Look at his face. He is not giving up that freedom for anything. His views on freedom are not negotiable. Not negotiable. People stood by and watched him executed. People stood by and watched him executed. He was tortured, look. Broken bones, hands, feet, jaw. Didn't give up. Did not give up. These people fought for their freedoms to the end, knowing what it would cost them. Hanged in prison. Executed in prison. Hanged in prison. Because they stood up for their political views and political opponents. So these people tried to change the system from within. They went and tried to get in as a political opponent to change the system within for all these people, and they got hanged for it or executed for it. You still think the way to fix this problem is from within, or is it the people standing up now? People standing up now. This is what will solve this problem. These people, none of these people deserve to die. Are you reading this? Have a look. Queuing up for the death. National Council of Resistance. There's already people in Australia that have been arrested for standing up. There's already people in Australia that are in jail for standing up. There's people that have just disappeared that were standing up. Was tortured to make false confessions against himself and his brothers despite extensive international campaigns. Why? They don't care. Look at Julian Assange. He's Australian. Are the Australian government standing up for him? Are these guys standing up for him? No. Why? Because they're part of the problem as well. Just like this guy's government. It's all one big loop, guys. And it's circling the drain. All the people in that environment. The evil people. When are we going to stand up? When are we going to stop it? And then we can help these people. Once we fix this country, we can help these people get their freedoms back. These people have lost more freedoms than we have, and they are fighting to the death for their freedoms back. The death. Absolute tyrannical government control. Where is this? It's right here as well, guys. You just don't see it. You don't see it. You don't think it's coming. It's coming. It will get to the stage. It will get to the stage, and you will be wishing that you'd stood up before it got to the stage. Like these people, their forefathers, if they had stood up, they may not have got to the stage. Mark my words, there'll be a referendum soon and see whether we want to step away from the monarchy. And you'll think, yes, the monarchy do nothing for us. Well, there is still legislation and there's still laws and our constitution, etc., that are helping us stay out of this thing. It's helping us stay out of this thing. As soon as we step away from the monarchy, you can watch. You watch what happens. I don't necessarily say that the monarchy is innocent either, but at the moment, they have to work within their own laws. As soon as they step away from the monarchy, then they can create their own laws like they already have been doing, falsely. And you wait to see what happens then. Then this thing will come out. And this thing will come out for the everyday person. You won't see anybody of power in there. You won't see anybody with any influence in there. You will just see everyday people in there. This wall, as devastating as it is nothing compared to this book. This book here has a list of 20,000 people. These are human beings that stood up for their freedoms, and they knew the price. They knew the price, and it's a lot bigger than what the price we pay at the moment in Australia is for freedom. And we don't have it yet. If we don't stand up, there'll be books like this with everyday Australians' names on it. Every one of us need to find. There's another 4 volumes of that book. Are you hearing that? There is another 4 volumes of that book. These are everyday people who put their life on the line for their freedoms. It's coming here, guys. Nobody has the right to take anybody's life, ever. These guys out here are taking lives by the hundreds already. We know it. You've seen down here on all the people that have died from the medication. It's just another reason. There's no freedoms here yet. You need to fight for it, otherwise one day it'll end up with a war like this in another country with Australian people standing up trying to get Australian freedoms back. If we can solve our own problem, then we can help these people with their problem. We need to stand together, guys. We need to stand with these people. We need to stand together as Australians, multicultural. Every person is a person. Every person is a human being. Every person, we're all, it doesn't matter where we're born or where we come from, we are all of the same race. And these guys want us extinct. You know, they put up false flags all the time, like the Russian-Ukrainian war. It means nothing to the thousands of innocent people that are getting killed here. Here. Who created that war? Was it the Western people who have funded Iran to make the war last? I mean, not Iran, sorry, Iraq? Not Iraq, Ukraine? That war would have been, even if there was a war, that war would have been over in no time with no funding from the US, from the Western civilization. What is Australia doing there? The only people who lose in war are the people themselves. The people who make the decision to go to war, they lose not one life. The people, they are the ones that lose their lives. There's more, look, you've seen this before. Where have you seen this before? Down on the lawn there with this everyday Australians on plaques every single day. I think some silence is due.
What happened to the people in the uprising? They lost their eyes, one of their eyes, or maybe two eyes. That's why they put the flowers that they lose their eyes.
When are you going to stand up for these people's rights? First way to do that is stand up for Australian rights. Then we can stand up for their rights. We can push our government to help them have their freedoms back, just like we need our freedoms back. All right, guys, that's enough. If you don't fight for your freedoms, guys, this is what's coming. Once upon a time, that country would have had freedoms just like our own. Their forefathers would have fought for their freedoms just like ours did. Where are those freedoms now? Whittled away, chip, 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 chip. They're gone. They are gone. And they're getting further and further away. It's time to stand up, people. It's time to stand up. Remember, you are born free. Stay free by fighting for that freedom. Our forefathers did. Don't give it up.